Next, we dip into the world of mixed martial arts as two fighters and the president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship join me in the studio. Hello and welcome back, and good news to all you mixed martial arts fans out there. The Ultimate Fighting Championship is due to make its debut in Singapore, and a sizzling main card has been announced at the Marina Bay Sands today. There you go. Jake the Juggernaut Ellenberger will face off with former Strikeforce champion Tariq Sponge Safardine on January the 4th. And to give fans a taste of what to expect from the upcoming welterweight bout is the mandatory stare down between the two muscle men. Tariq, who's in black, will be making his UFC debut in Singapore. And it's definitely not an easy start against Ellenberger, who is 4th in the division. Now, we're very fortunate to be joined in the studio here by the president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, Mark Fisher, alongside our two fighters on the main card. You just heard me mention them just now, Jake Ellenberger and Tariq Safardine. Guys, welcome to us here in Channel News Asia. Mark, perhaps I can start with asking you the first question. It's been 20 years or so since UFC first was established. It's taken a long time to come to Asia. Why so long?
Well, I think we've just been so busy around the rest of the world, particularly in our home market of the U.S., with all the popularity that we've been building up there. We then have branched out to Brazil, Canada, Australia, and thriving in all of those markets. And it was really just a couple of years ago that we set up full-time shop in Asia and realized the incredible potential that we have to grow out here, being the home, traditional home of martial arts, and building on that to bring our brand of MMA here. We've had a great reception so far.
Now, touching a bit on the history of the sport, in the 90s, I mean, it's not without its criticisms. U.S. Senator John McCain wanted to ban it, calling it like cockfighting but for humans. Your thoughts on that, or how the sport has perhaps evolved in that time?
Sure. I mean, we've come a long way since then, and in fact, Senator McCain has even recanted his statements on that, because we run toward regulation now. We have an incredible safety record. Safety's paramount for our fighters. We have many rules and regulations that have been put in place since the early days. And really, since our current owners, the Fertitta brothers, Dana White, purchased the sport, now we've become very much of a mainstream competition that fans all over the world are realizing is incredible, pure sport.
You mentioned it's a pure sport. We've got to talk to the fighters now. What drew you guys to the sport in the first place? Mark, maybe we can start with you. Sorry, Jake.
You know, actually, first to kind of touch on the last statement, I think a lot of that statement from Senator McCain was just a little bit of ignorance. You know, I think the UFC has done a tremendous job with educating fans in not only building the sport globally, but really expanding the knowledge, for the sport as well.
But what drew you to the sport to begin with then?
Well, I started training as a hobby, really, because I enjoyed it, and then I started competing. My twin brother kind of got me involved in competing, and then just from there kept getting more and more opportunities.
And Tariq, for you as well, was it from a young age that you got into this sport?
I've been a competitor for all my life. I started sport when I was 3, and I've been competing in a lot of different sports. Then I discovered martial arts at 16 years old, and I was hooked because it's the purest form of competition you can have. And I love the competition and the form that martial arts bring into your life, and it's been amazing.
Can I ask about sort of the risks involved? You mentioned the sport has come a long way in terms of sort of safety and regulations and things like that. As fighters in the ring, do you feel like at any given moment, your career could end?
Well, I think in the reality it could. I mean, part of the really the sport, why it's so why it's in such high demand, why it's so exciting to watch too. It's only you in there. There's nobody but yourself to really rely on. But in the reality is, sure, there's injuries. We've both dealt with a lot of injuries, and training is so taxing on your body as well. So it's something you got to continually dealing with. But in the reality, there's potential, yeah.
Talking about the sport growing in Asia, have you seen like the reception that you got at the press conference this morning, perhaps, or is there evidence? Are you getting excited about the potential that is here?
Absolutely. For me, it's really an honor to be part of the first event here in Asia, and I think Dana White and Joe Silva really put together a great card. They especially when they're starting to expand into new markets, they really, they do their homework, and they're really looking to come out to Singapore with a bang.
Now, one of the other players in the market in Asia is UFC. I'm just wondering how you guys are placing yourself against them. I know you guys are coming in at quite a bigger premium, commanding a bigger premium.
Sure. I mean, there's a number of promotions existing in Asia already, and companies like ONE FC have done a great job to help to grow the sport. And we really need to. We love the fact that there's other promotions out there. I mean, the UFC is the global leader. We're always going to come in as the premium promotion in the sport. We have all the best fighters in the sport, and so we come in from that angle. And so, of course, we're going to have a premium price point. In fact, globally, we're second only to Formula One, in fact, is the average ticket price, and that's true wherever you go around the world and go to a UFC event. It's a must-see experience. It's an incredible night of entertainment. Extremely exciting, and people are on the edge of their seat, and we can command that premium price. So we'll be doing, it's a healthy price, but also I think we have seats that are very affordable. We're also doing events around the main event, around the fight itself, that are open to all fans who want to come. Like the weigh-in is an open access event, as well as an open workout and so forth.
Okay, we look forward to that. Thank you very much, guys, for coming in. Mark, Jake, and Tariq, you can catch them in January the 4th. January the 4th, there will be the fight. Sorry, the cameras are moving all over the place. There you guys are. Okay, that wraps it up for us here, though, on News Now. Thanks for watching.